Hey everybody, so I wanted to make this video because as you can see right here, I have a couple of videos on it. This is my one daughter's brand new 2024 Raptor. And I bought it brand new, obviously from Yamaha about a month ago. And that's my other daughter's brand new 2024 China 110X Pro. So she's transitioning from that right there, which is the Arctic Cat. That is, I believe, a 2016. It's part China, part name brand. So she outgrew that because it's only a little 50. She wanted to go faster. So I ended up getting this here. So now, I picked this one up thinking that it probably would work better for me to ride my one daughter around while she figures out how to ride on that. And then when she transfers from that, she's going to go to this. But as everybody knows, it doesn't come with a rear disc. I had to convert it over myself. It doesn't come with any lights. I had to put those on it, stuff like that. But it does come with a injection. It has fuel injection. It has really good power. This thing will wheelie with me and her on it with no problem. So it comes with a lot of power, easy to start. The front brakes are pretty much garbage, but if you nail them as hard as possible, they will kind of help you stop. So coming to this, I figured this was a 125, so the China version would be the same size body, the same size tires, the same size pretty much everything scale-wise. It is not. So if you're watching this video trying to figure out, should I buy the name brand versus the Chinese version of it, this is what's going to happen. You're going to pay $6,000 out the door for this versus $1,200 for the Chinese version. Chinese version, what are you going to get? You're going to get working headlights. You're going to get working tail light. You're going to get brake lights. You're going to get rear racing, or pretty much a racing rear disc brake standard. You're going to get, they have a couple of different versions. This one has the pedal disc rear brake. You're going to get a parking brake here for the disc, and it's also a parking brake for the front drum brakes. The suspension, I gotta tell you, I'm really pleased with the stock suspension from the Raptor 110. It's actually very nice. The China one, you're going to have to upgrade. It's horrible. It doesn't work. It's like a pogo stick if it even moves. So I switched out the two front ones to the racing shocks. Not a ton of money, but still, it adds money to the quad. When I got this thing, it wouldn't really start good. It would stall. It would bog. So again, I put a racing carburetor on there. It doesn't come with that. It comes with a Chinese knockoff, really piece of crap. I tried, there's no adjustment for the pin. There's one setting, that's it. It did have a punch out a spot to do basically like right here, the mix. I tried that, it didn't do nothing. So I threw that out and I got the racing carburetor. It did much better. Adjusted the pin, it got even better. So now we go to the spark plug. That was one of my biggest problems. It was the Chinese standard spark plug. I now have an NGK spark plug. When this NGK comes, make sure you gap it. This was not gapped. I was having a little bit of an issue. pulled it out, checked it. I gapped it 0.028, made a giant difference, huge. So now it's starting to run. It starts better. One big problem. Now, she rides pretty damn aggressive. So, on normal quads, your exhaust goes down, comes back up, comes back here, nice and secure and safe, comes this way, out the pipe. Now, Chinese does not. This is my custom exhaust that I just fabricated. See how it's safe? Well, theirs comes down, right down here, way down here, all the way down here, and then finally comes up. So where do you usually smash the frame? Right here. You're going to be smashing the exhaust because it comes way down and then comes underneath all of this stuff and then finally comes up. So I had to custom make this exhaust to keep it nice and safe up out of the way. That's the other issue. You're going to get some type of weird luggage thing for the back. I had to make that. One of the bigger issues you're going to find is scaling. So biggest issue is all they did was take that 50 and basically put bigger tires on it, lengthen the swing arm, and that's pretty much it. And put a bigger engine. Oh, and a little bit taller handlebars. That's all they did. Because if you look at this seat compared to that seat, much bigger. You could fit an adult and a child on here. You can basically just fit your child on this one. That's it. That's all you could do. And then you could see from the back, if I go, let's see if we can space this out a little bit. The Raptor is much wider. It's longer. It's just a much bigger quad. And it's funny because this is a 125 and that's only a 110. And the difference is huge. It's like, if you're into quads, it's like basically comparing the Yamaha Blaster with a Yamaha Banshee. That's the difference in size. So if your child's going from a 50 and they're decent size, they're tall, they're bigger, and you need more room, you're going to be going to, a name brand quad. Because it seems like the Chinese quads, they're just, like I said, they're putting bigger handlebars, bigger tires, a little bit longer swing arms with a bigger engine. The rest of the scaling is exactly the same. Same size seat, same size plastic, and all that. This engine, I think, is actually eating itself. It's making a funny noise. I have a bunch of nice swirling metallic metal in the oil when I drained it 2 times already. So I don't know, hopefully it lasts, but you step on the brake and you hit it, and then generally she'll start up. There we go. Oh, just hit this button. Got to make sure my gas is on too. That's the other thing. This gas was off. So that's the other thing too. The child has to get used to, there we go, using the choke. That's fuel injection. You just hit the button and it starts. This one you got to play with the choke sometimes when it's cold out to get it up and running. So it is running much better, like I said, but I had to do the carburetor. I had to do the exhaust. I had to do the spark plug. I had to tune it, and I did like 3 oil changes so far on it. And hopefully, I did see metal. I'm starting to see less metal in the oil. Hopefully it holds together for a couple of years. That's what I'm hoping. But again, let's try it again. There we go. So it does start a little bit easier now. Before, forget it. I was trying to start it on choke. I was trying to start it with a little bit of throttle. It was horrible. It really was. So these are the different things you're gonna probably have to do if you get a Chinese quad. Maybe I was just unlucky and I got the brand that was really a piece of crap. But in my opinion, oh, I did one more thing before I forget. Off the line, and I actually read this on a bunch of forums and stuff, they don't have low end torque. So what I did was I went from a 40 tooth sprocket to this is a 50 tooth sprocket from Amazon. They actually have it on there. So, and I had to lengthen the chain. So now she gets up and goes out of the hole very well, very well. You do lose a little bit of top speed, but if you have a younger child, say like 7, 8 years old, you don't want them doing this. This thing was hauling butt. This thing was probably in that 40 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour range. So I wanted to slow it down anyway. She is a really good aggressive rider, but I don't want her going that crazy. I do have this in the governor to try to slow her down also, because she's just a little bit too aggressive for her size. So I'm trying to slow her down anyway. So I'm sorry if this video got a little long, but I wanted to make sure everybody knows if you're gonna buy a Chinese quad and you're expecting kind of the quality, the easy starting, the power, and the size of a name brand quad, you're not going to get it. It's smaller. It doesn't have low-end torque. You're going to have to play with the gear ratio. You're going to have to play with either play with it or get a new carburetor and the suspension and also the exhaust. You're going to have to kind of play with. So if you could deal with that and you're good with modifying these quads, go for it. They're a good platform to modify the crap out of it. It's cheap, and your child's gonna love it, because once you modify the crap out of it and make it into more of a racing quad, you're good to go. This is for more of you that don't have that know-how to do the carburetor, the spark plug, custom exhaust, the re-gearing of the, the sprockets and all the other happy stuff. If you can you want to just buy it, just buy it. Just, get a Yamaha, get the Polaris, get one of those. Some of them do, like I think it's the Polaris. It comes with lights. So it'll come with a tail light, headlights, running lights, and stuff like that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.